Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Saving Scunthorpe. We are back today for a game against a team who are currently top of the league. Just before we go into too much detail, if you are enjoying the series, please do leave a like down below. Comment as I say, when do you think we can get promotion back into the Football League? Can we get back to back? Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when the next episode comes out. Since you were last with us, which was on the opening day when we had a 3-3 draw against Tamworth, we followed that up with a 2-2 draw against Peterborough Sports. After that, we started to kick into gear. A 3-1 win against Darlington, a 2-1 win against Rushall Olympic. We did have to rescue a 1-1 draw in the 94th minute against Curzon Ashton, before a 3-0 win against Scarborough Athletic settled us back in, a 3-1 win against Alfreton Town, and then we lost 3-1 to South Shields. I still don't really know what happened in that game. It was really bizarre. But we bounced back. A 4-1 win against Buxton and a 5-0 win against Redditch in the FA Cup second qualifying round. We come back today because we've got Charley, who are currently top of the league. And then after that, we've got our third FA Cup qualifying round. But in the league, we are currently sat in 4th place, 4 points behind Charley, so a win today would be absolutely huge for us. Warrington are still unbeaten this season, despite the fact that they've only just been promoted into this division. They're predicted 10th, and they're all the way up in 2nd, which is quite impressive. South Shields, now that I mentioned actually, also one of the promoted teams, and they're second favourites for the league, which is insane for a newly promoted team to be, but fair play to them. Our lineup in today's game, we've got Fitzsimmons in goal, Ogle, Boyce, Evans and Kelly as the back four, Semby Ferris, Clunan, Butterfield and Smith as the midfield four, and then Williams and Elliott up front. We did have Bennett go down in our second game of the season with a torn calf muscle, so he's still out for up to 2 months. Jason Law's still out for up to 7 weeks, and Cal Roberts also out for up to 2 months. Once those two in particular come back, this team could get very good. The first highlight is starting with Charley on the ball. It's with Ellis at the back for them. This kit selection was not great. Elliott collects the ball here and plays it back to Boyce, and then plays it forward to Smith, who takes it well in his stride. Clunan with a chance here to keep the play going. Butterfield goes over the top to Williams. Ball across to Elliott, and the flag's gone up. I'm not sure how the linesman can tell, because how would you know which one was the right player? Boyce on the ball here plays it short to Williams, and then he goes out to Ogle, and then switch of play is lovely to find Smith, but Henley beats him in the air, and a good header back to his goalkeeper. Dealt with that really well, to be fair to him. Irwin is going to drop the ball and then kick it long towards Johnson, but Ogle wins the header. Williams nods it. Can't find anyone except Samson. I think it might have actually been them that got the header. Henley back on the ball, plays it out to Whitehouse, who gets into the box. Chance for a cross here. It comes in, and somehow, I'm not entirely sure how, we've managed to get that away. Smith plays it to... That's a really poor pass. Moyo to Johnson. Into our box again, and Ogle deals with it from the other side this time. Ogle throws the ball to Williams, and then he plays it back to Ogle. Just having a look at the match stats so far, I've just made a couple of changes. Since then, we've had 2 shots to 0. However, it could just be the timing of when we did that, but hopefully it wasn't just coincidence, and it's a sign of things to come. Ball goes out to Kelly on the left, forward to Smith, and then he goes back to Evans, who then goes long over the top. Elliott has gone in behind Ellis. Elliott hits the post. What a chance. And at half-time, it's 0-0. They have had the better of the first half. However, it's definitely started to turn towards the end of that half. I think this here is where I've made the changes. But there was definitely a start to turn just after I made those changes. They've had 1 shot, but it wasn't really worth anything. I'm not sure from here if we can get the map of match momentum. So with that in mind, we won't bother for now. But let's tell them our shooting hasn't been good enough and get into the second half. Corner kick for Charley here. Blakeman sends it in. Boyce heads it away. It's a penalty. Samson plus... Wait, what? That looked like it said Samson was push Clunan, but it must have been the other way around. Charley lead, and that's really annoying. We're going to bring Whitehall on for Elliott, Beeston on for Clunan, and we'll leave it at just those two for now. Kian Scales may see an appearance in the next 20 minutes or so. Kelly with a throw in deep in the Charley half into Beeston. Beeston has equalised. Corner kick now. Butterfield sending it into the far post. Boyce has scored. We have turned the game on its head. It's 2-1. And with 5 minutes to go, we are going to make a change here. Whitehall can stay up front. We're going to bring Williams off for Scales. And then Scales and Butterfield will swap places. Beeston and Scales. Which way around shall we have you two? And Scales can become a ball-winning midfielder. So we're going to go a bit more compact at the back. Try and keep them out. And maybe make the most of a set piece again. And we do see out a fantastic turnaround victory. 2-1 win in the end. I can't say much more than that. It was fantastic turnaround. And we are very happy with that. Let's go and see if we can get through to the 4th round of FA Cup qualifying. And for the game against Worksop in the FA Cup, we've got Fitzsimmons in goal, a back four of Pugh, Boyce, Butler and Denton, Scales, Beeston, Shrimpton and Wilson in midfield, Williams and Whitehall up front. I was planning to play Chapman, backup goalkeeper, but unfortunately he got injured between the last game and this game. It's a gash lower leg, so it must be a pretty bad cut for him to be out for 2 weeks, otherwise maybe he's just skiving, we'll never know. Oh, those 7 substitutes that I could have picked. Early on, we have a throw-in, Denton throwing it back to Shrimpton, and then chance to cut inside, didn't take it, plays it back to Boyce, and out to Pugh at right back. Finds Scales and then back to Pugh, and down the wing again, inside to Beeston. He switches play to Wilson, who has a shot. That was the outside of the post. I thought it was a save from the keeper, to be honest. Hutchinson with a throw in for Works up deep in their own half, and they throw it straight to Denton. Shrimpton to Butler, forward towards Whitehall, who can't win the header, and Hawkridge collects it for Worksop. They're back with their goalkeeper and able to take their time with it. My main thing that I wanted to kind of build here is a team that is solid at the back. Quite a lot of times I end up with leaky defences. Ball over top to Whitehall is brilliant. Inside to Williams. That is 1-0. Fantastic goal. Williams just timed his run, slowed himself down so that he could get onside. Love it. Lovely to see it. As I was saying, I want a team that's like solid defensively. That's why we've kind of got that backup formation with the 4-1-4-1, because it does give that bit of extra defensive solidity. I only really plan to use it in like the last 10 minutes or so of games, and if we're in the FA Cup, if we get into a game against one of the big teams, it might be quite useful there. I'd say the big teams, like anything league football wise or top of the National League, it'll be nice to have a few options. Denton with a throw in on the left hand side, sends it to Whitehall and then back to Shrimpton, who cuts it back inside to Whitehall and sends it wide of the post. Corner kick, Williams going to send it in. It's towards Butler at the far post. It's then knocked back out to Scales, who fires it into the top corner. What a goal. Free kick from the right hand side. Whitehall has stood over it, and he goes for goal and hits the post. It's cleared back to him and he lays it off to Beeston. Out to Scales on the left. Cuts inside, gets a shot, but a good save from the keeper. Williams going to send the corner in though. Danger is absolutely not over for Worksop. It's towards Butler at the far post, and he hits the bar. Boyce hooks a ball through the middle of the way. It's played across to Hockin now, and then out to Daniel at left back for Worksop. He gets past his man. Hall with the shot, and it's over the bar. Never troubling Fitzsimmons. Half time, we've got a 2-0 lead, so it's going pretty well so far. Not really much to say at half time. I'm going to bring Williams off for Elliott, just because Williams has played a lot of football so far this season. We'll take the chance to rest him while we've got one. Whitehall with a free kick, and Neely finding the top corner, it hits the crossbar. Corner kick for Worksop now. Daniel sends it in, it's headed away by Boyce. Rollins is going to get a chance on the ball, is he? He does eventually, and get it back to Wedgbury and across to Taft on the left. He's in a crossing position here, but Scales forcing him right up to the touchline. Ball back to Taft, and then Daniel whips one in from the side. Rollins hits the bar, and Pugh clears it away. Dangerous ball in there, and very nearly works up, get one back. We're going to bring Kelly on for Denton and Coogan on for Boyce. Boyce coming off for a similar reason to Williams. He's just played a lot of football so far this season. We might as well take the chance to rest him. Pugh throws the ball to Whitehall, sends it back to Pugh. Ball goes in towards Wilson, but the flag was up because that stupid thing where they go, I'm going to throw the ball in, pass it straight back to you and be offside. Butler does well there to bring the ball down, and we have it in our defence. Beeston to Elliott. He's got a chance to run through the middle of the defence. He's stopped by Daniel with a brilliant tackle in the box under pressure. Dealt with it really well. Ball towards Hughes. He nods it down to Hall, and chance for him to run forward down this left-hand side. Gets it to Hughes. Coogan forces it away. However, it's coming back at us here. Hall out to Rollins on the right-hand side. Into the box. Into Hughes. And that is exactly what I was talking about. I don't want us to be doing. Elliott with a corner kick out to Beeston on the edge. Catches it on the volley and hits the post. That would have been an amazing goal. And that is full time. A 2-1 win sees us through to the fourth round of the FA Cup qualifying. One more game and we're in the FA Cup proper. And we might as well quickly show you the draw for the FA Cup fourth qualifying round. There is 32 matches to be drawn. So we're actually just going to... Well, let's check. Are we the first team out of the hat? We're not. We're just going to advance to team. So we are away to Blythe Spartans or Warrington. That's not too bad. It was only match 4, to be fair. We probably could have stayed for it. But you're playing a dodgy game. If I'd tried to do it manually, would have been in match 32. Blythe Spartans are in the National League North. Hang on. They're both in our division, actually. Blythe Spartans in 10th, Warrington in 3rd. So either way, that's going to be a pretty tough game. We'll probably skip it though and come back for the FA Cup first round proper if we are there. If not, I'll figure it out. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment down below, do you think we will get to the FA Cup first round? Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.